We are sector agnostic, so other than real estate, we look at opportunities across sectors. We have five broad themes, financial services, telecom, value-added manufacturing, consumer services, media. And under those broad buckets, we are constantly looking and evaluating opportunities that we think will provide for attractive returns. It's been a challenging sector to invest in. We are very happy with the two investments we've made in the sector. They are not directly in the business of delivering education because they have regulatory issues around it, but they provide services to that sector. And we will continue to look at opportunities within the space that meet the regulatory test and which can be nice bolt-ons to the platform that we've invested in. Retail is an extremely capital-intensive business. I think Indian retailers are beginning to realize that. Even the large firms are beginning to realize that there is not only a high need for capital, but also of expertise if you want to run a large chain. And because of the FDI restrictions on which the government's been unable to make up its mind, it has remained an area where private equity investment cannot easily go into. So the food and beverage sector is a good surrogate for that sector. It has many of the characteristics of retail and has similar customer drivers. So that's an area that we've continued to look at with a great deal of interest. What's been hard on e-commerce has been to try and predict who the winners will be in different categories. And for a private equity investor like us, it's too early stage for us to invest in. So I think what we are doing right now at NSR is just watching what's happening. I'm sure there'll be some funds that'll make a very large amount of money because they're early stage investors in this boom and they back the right winners. There will be a lot of guys who are going to lose money because you're not going to have 10 group buying sites, 10 deal sites, 10 and we will probably invest in it after the hype and hoopla stabilizes and we can look at who are the real winners and what the Indian story is going to be in e-commerce. 2012 will be a year in which people will come back to looking at fundamental, the hype and chasing sectoral stories will change to looking at companies that have good fundamental financials. And we think we have several in our portfolio that meet those old-fashioned things, like good, solid, stable companies delivering good bottom lines. And so we are optimistic that, we'll be able to announce a couple in the next 12 months.